something that I've talked about before. I haven't talked about the shot too much because it's done in past and people did what they did pretty much. And, I have a lot of people who I know who took it. So it's a sensitive subject. But either way, this needs to be talked about once again. We're going to watch Seattle's virtual New Year's at the Needle Show welcomes 2021. This was last year. Just happened to be called the Needle Show. And what you're going to see is mind-blowing because all along we've been talking about this corruption of the DNA, just like the days of Noah. And that's exactly what happened back then, and they're doing it again. And I want to show you this light show, and then I want to talk about a couple things. This was in 2021 when the shot came out. There's the DNA, guys. Double helix DNA. Looks like a UFO in the center, right? Like alien DNA. Watch. Now that is the Metatron from the second book of Enoch. The Metatron. The cube also. There you have what looks like cells, right? Coming all together. Now you have a cocoon. And a butterfly. Creating something new, a new creation. All symbolic of what they are doing. mRNA stands for messenger RNA. It tells your DNA how to make specific proteins. The mRNA contains instructions that your body can read to create a special type of protein. We know that it was called the mRNA VAX. Okay, now take a look at this. This is something that you need to know. The word angel or angels, angelos, the definition is a messenger. On the bottom, they're a messenger, generally a supernatural messenger from God, an angel conveying news or behests from God to men. You have to understand that is what it is doing in your DNA. It is conveying a message. It is giving your body instructions, as we just read, to do something. What is it doing? Well, look at the word messenger RNA, angel RNA. We saw the cocoon. We saw the butterfly. This stuff is no joke. The technology that they are using is from the days of Noah. It's from the fallen angels spoke about in Genesis chapter 6. And they're doing it here in the last days. We're literally here in the last days and the days of Noah, like Jesus said. As I've told you guys before in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, everything repeats itself. It's a pattern. It's a repetition pattern in the Bible. All the old stories in the Old Testament, it's all types and shadows of the New Testament. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and at the end, he creates a new heaven and a new earth. So again, I want to go over this because I want to show you the times that we are in. Could be sensitive for somebody who took this stuff. I'm not saying you're not saved or unredeemable. That's not true, I don't believe. But I am saying that it has everything to do with marking the times that we are in. And this is not the mark of the beast. However, the mark of the beast is not too far off, as we can see.
You see, when you become saved, you become a new creature. And they are trying to make you into a new creature but not of God. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. There are two programs going on here to try to make you a new creature. Their new creature and God's new creature. When you become a new creature, you are in Christ and Christ is in you. 1 Corinthians 12:13, for by one Spirit, capital S, that's God's Spirit, are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. Again, they're trying to make you one with another spirit. The story of Adam and Eve is a physical example of what happens spiritually. Here, let me show you. But from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let not man put asunder. So you have to know God, and when it says you have to know God, it says, and Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. So when the physical is showing you that this is sexual, but in the spiritual, it's not like that. It's not fleshly sexual, but you have to be conjoined with Christ. Colossians 1:27 and 28, to whom God would make known what is the riches of his glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Christ in you, the hope of glory. That's why we're called the bride of Christ. Christ in you. Adam and Eve, it's a physical example of what happens in the spiritual. Adam knew Eve, was in Eve. Christ is in us, and we are in Christ, and we become a new creature. That's what that is showing you. Leviticus 17:11, for the life of the flesh is in the blood. They are going after the blood because the word life means spirit also. They are going after the blood because that is where the spirit is also. Look, the definition for life in the Strong's Concordance, number 2222, which is 8, which means transcendence and new beginnings because you become a new creature. Look at what it says on the bottom. Life, both of physical, present, and of spiritual, particularly future existence. The blood is the housing for the life or the spirit. They are going after your spirit.